Hello traders, good evening. Well, Vladimir here, and welcome back to our weekly forecasts after 2 weeks break. We are back on track, back to business, and we are back to the weekly forecasts. I completed my move to my new place, so congratulations, Mr. Vlad. And we are back now to the forecasts, and I'm excited, so I hope you are as well. And we have a lot of things to cover. So let's start. So first of all, the non-farm payrolls after a massive news, the reaction was the opposite from what we would expect, right? And basically we would expect a move of a strong dollar, but it turned to be exactly the opposite, which means the market is simply awaiting to the Federal Reserve. And this week will be very fundamental as well. If you take a look, it starts with the Chinese. It first starts with Mr. Draghi, of course, and his speech on Monday. And we have the industrial production in China. And it continues Wednesday, and Wednesday will be a massive, very massive day. And we are talking about here the average earnings in Britain and climate count change. We are talking about the CPI and the retail sales in the US, and the main portion would happen when the FOMC, the Federal Reserve, would release its economical projections, the statement, and the rates. And there is a good chance the Federal Reserve will make the move and actually increase the rates. And oops, you can see it here. All the rest suddenly look not important, but it's going to be important week. We are talking about the continuation for GDP in New Zealand, of course, the employment change and the rates in Australia. We are talking about the Bank of Japan policy rate. You can see everything happening after the Fed, right? So does with the Libor rate in Swiss and the statement from there. The central bank in Britain also to release the rates, and everything happens after the Fed. So the bottom line is, most likely things will happen right after Wednesday. Until Wednesday we might see this zigzags back and forth, some opportunities, some fake opportunities maybe, but generally the majority should probably come after Wednesday, and that should design the coming future for the market. And until then, let's take a look on the things we have in our lists, what we will be trading. So let's start with the euro dollar. Euro dollar has an interesting idea here. It has double cycle down, then it has kind of correction. It's dancing around the 100, but on the same time it does not have a new bottom. So technically and theoretically it could have one more low, right? That's for the euro dollar on the monthly. But on the weekly, there are two ways to look at it. One, we are still in a range. Two, this range might turn to be a break of the triangle. So here where it's come interesting, right? Basically, we can say that as long as the bottom holds, we would be trying to go for buys. But on the very same time, we should be very careful of this trend line we have here. And as it holds and the resistance around 107, 108 zone holds, we might be looking for possible sells to create the new low. Now, if this resistance around 107, 108 would be actually broken and a trend line would break, right? We would be able to go and start talking about retraces and buys, probably following this bullish trend line. But if it would not happen, sorry, just using my laptop, and you can still see this recording here, sorry guys. And if it will not happen, to hold, we might be looking for the sells here. Now the interesting part is, if we mark this resistance here, take a look what's going on this place. If we make the cycle extension, guess where the 161 item will be? Exactly there. So the closer we counter here, the stronger the pressure might begin to be to the bearish side. And if the Federal Reserve will actually increase the rate and hint that there might be further increase as well, that could be the exact thing to trigger the bullish move of the dollar. If not, and it would be not hawkish as the market would expect, there could be the breakout, and there is a very good chance we start the move up all the way towards maybe even 118 up to 120 back. Euro pound, also a monster, which I am looking to go for sells, and I believe we do approach the great sell zone. We have a double shoulder here, head and shoulders pattern, and I believe we are in the sell zone starting from in here now alive, going through the 088, 089 zone. Now if we take a look here, this is the latest release of my Forex crystal ball. Take a look on the zones. We should be looking for the possible sells. They bring us to the same place exactly. So this is the area where we start looking for the sells. If we drop to the 1 hour chart, we can start draw the trend lines. We have this trend line. Once they will be broken, we can start looking for the sell opportunities, protecting lost highs, and aiming to enjoy the move down back to the neckline probably, and maybe even lower. On the 4 hour chart, we have triple cycle, which goes here. 1, 2, 3. We have the divergence coming on as extreme. I believe it's going to build itself here and make the move. So definitely interesting opportunity, and I would suggest very, very, very loudly, be ready for action. The next one I want to go with would be the pound dollar. Pound dollar is a monster by itself, and this pair is going to fly. The only question, will that happen from here, the current levels, or will that happen from a bit lower levels, like 120, maybe even cross below, sooner or later? And with the Brexit beginning to start, it will fly. So with this pair, only patience required. While these bottom holds, buys are relevant, of course, as they are. Now, the way I would trade that actually is, first of all, get above the range, right? And of course, only after Wednesday, get 2 waves retrace and make the fly. That would be the most suggested way, of course. If we keep creating the lower levels, I would be looking to act on the same idea. Maybe just also draw this trend line from the bottoms, get a false break here, and then step trading. 1, 2, 3, and the break above the last high, and we can go with buys. That would be my plan for the pound dollar. Look for the buys, the deepest, the better. And that would be really amazing opportunity. If we observe, oops, what did I do? If we observe the pound dollar here on a daily chart, okay, we don't have really good confirmations for buy yet, but on the 4 hour chart, take a look on this zone. 1, you see where the monster is here, and next one would be a bit lower. Very powerful area, extremely strong, which could bring a lot of great opportunities. Talking about statistics, pound dollar on the bottoms, we have now the 12. We have 12 here as a strong area, but if it holds here, we have 17 and 18, and then by the end of the month, okay, so that might happen through Wednesday. Build the bottom and make the move. Everything comes together. Keep an eye, guys. That's really, really great zones we are about to trade. Next one on the list is going to be the euro versus the Aussie, which is making triple cycle here. It might make some special cycle as well, so something like that. Then correction and a bullish move. Just want to remind you where it all happens from. Nothing new here, okay? Many things would probably be decided after Wednesday. But anyway, we are still in this range, so we are only after buys, and the deeper we can drop, the better the buy we can continue with. Those of you who have that running, just keep it going. Same with the Euro Kiwi, which we have been talking about for a while ago. You remember me talking about this triple cycle down for a few weeks ago. Okay, I was talking about it on January and February, right? We reached this area. We are moving up. We now created the higher highs here, which is a monster, of course. We don't need more confirmations. We broke the trend line. It's once in a lifetime opportunity from my point of view. We are building up here this extreme. It's creating here some kind of special cycle. Forgot the word. You see, guys, that this move made me forgetting my things, right? We will be finding here some sell opportunities in the short term, which after should make us the bomb to the upside. So how do we approach here for sell? Basically, we follow this trend line, and it's breaking, false breaking, and we start to follow the false breaks on the tops here. Once we get false break, let me just try to draw you what it is about, right? This is our zone. So what we need to see is high, low, high breakouts. 2 in a row would be amazing. Then lower lows, retrace, and we are after sells. This is basically our plan. We have this trend line as well to follow as alternative. Okay, and as long as they hold, we're still bullish. Once they don't and they release, boy oh boy. Now we are approaching to these areas as well. We are on a resistance zone, and the green lines actually give us the sell zone action. Okay, action zone for sells. This is where we want to get involved with, and we are going down through the next levels. This, and this would be our next levels to watch. Keep an eye here. These levels are taken from the Forex crystal ball. By the way, you can go to this website and find all the information how you can get it for completely free. Okay, so forexcrystalball.com, and you will find this exactly level. So we got a prediction here for bearish and bullish move. We got the levels to attack, and anyway, go and enjoy it. That's all I have to say. In terms of statistics for the Euro New Zealandian, we where is it here? Euro New Zealandian daily chart. Take a look where we have the ups. See, guys, 10, 12, 15, 17. We are coming to this area. It's gonna happen. 16 as well. See that? 10, 12, 15, 16, 17. And when do we have the Federal Reserve? Ta-da! You got me why I'm so excited here, guys. This is going to be a great opportunity for sales. Be there. Next one on the list is actually Euro Franc, another pair we have been talking about for a while. It's flying. Those of you who are with me on the bottoms here, just hold that going. Those of you who are not, take a look here for the areas to drop through opportunities to rebuy. We have the first one here, the second one here. We have also this trend line here following. So 2 waves down back to these areas, and we can start looking for the buy opportunities. The next target we would be aiming would be above 108. That's actually 108.30. The next one 109. So that's very, very important levels to us. Very simple again. Just we wanted to get us 2 waves correction and buys. Now those of you who are in already, as I mentioned before, just hold that going. We have the next targets, and we should not really change it for a long term. Aussie dollar. Well, this pair is a mystery because from weekly chart we're only after buys. From daily it looks like, yeah, maybe a sell coming. And I would not really predict nothing here. It would be with the Federal Reserve. We would get the ideas, of course. Basically, for me, it's only buys deep. We are deep enough to look for buys. So if there will be setup by Wednesday, okay, with the trend line breakout, for example, and 2 waves retrace, I will be going with buys. If not, there is pretty nice chance we will be, we would be dealing with this kind of triangle idea. So we can get this move down and then start collecting the buys all the way for new tops. Keep an eye starts to be very interesting. New Zealandian dollar as well has reached, where is my New Zealand? Here we go, has reached the bottom of its range, and depend on the Federal Reserve, of course. No, come on, where is it? Here. Okay, depends on the Federal Reserve. We are on the bottom of this range, right? And we are building the potential extreme here. So that could be a really, really nice zone for buys if the Fed will actually disappoint. If not, this pair is going through this bottom, the previous one, going to create new lows, pull back, and we continue for sells, probably to the second leg down from the monthly chart, which means below 0.60. Keep an eye on that. That could be really, really amazing opportunity as well. And the Aussie Kiwi, the pair that we wanted to go up, and it does. Finally, we have been waiting long time for that. Completing here double cycles. I believe anything like around 109, 110 gives us the sell zone. What I would suggest here is basically very simple. This is the two waves. Start looking for false break. So false break and then lower lows, and we go for sells. Okay, false break on top, lower lows, and we are after sells. In terms of the levels, we have this monster here. Next one is getting higher. Okay, see? It gives us already opportunities for sell because statistics here, dates here, level, and everything. For our chart, we have this level to watch for false breaks. Could be pretty amazing. The next one will be higher. That's why I believe we're gonna make it here, here, and break below the last lows. Can look for retraces and sell. Really recommended pair to watch. In terms of pure statistics for tops, we have 14, 16 as a powerful days. It's gonna happen with the Federal Reserve period. Keep an eye here, guys. Really interesting. Dollar yen, I don't have a view, so I skip that as for now. The only thing here with this pair is still stuck in this range. What's going to happen from here? We would probably be aware after the Federal Reserve. Until then, I'm not going to deal with this pair. Too tricky. So actually with all the yens, okay, we can take a look on the Euro yen and the pound yen. They all are getting very, very tricky, and I will not be dealing with that as long as it is such tricky moves. Two more to start to follow, pay attention to. That's CAD franc, and this one I would really want to go with buys. Just want to remind you, we had triple cycle here to the downside. We are after buys. Weekly has this kind of range. If we can get to 0.74 or 0.73 zone, it's going to be a monster buy opportunity, and that's what I want to see. I want to see one more push, basically. That's what I'm asking for, and collect the buys. This is going to be a monster, and I would definitely want to be involved. We are building here some kind of special cycle, so one more push down, and we start to collect. So get ready for action. Unless, here comes the unless, we return and we make here 1, 2, 3 and breakout. Okay, then retraces, and versus this low, we can look for buys again to the top of this area, first target, and the final one would be the 50% retrace from the monthly chart, which, just imagine where we go, 2000 pips. Okay, that's about this pair. Next one on the list I have is Aussie versus the Canadian, which is dancing around the tops. Daily chart double cycle. Still have gaps to close on the bottoms. For me, look for sells. The only question how it's going to work is, are we going to hold this triangle we have? If so, sell the top of this triangle. We're looking for sells. We have around the parity level. We have the gaps which should be closed. If we break through that, we're very likely going to get the next level, and the next level means not duplication anymore. It's going to be here, not the 61, sorry. It's going to be here, and that's going to be around 103.50, or maybe even higher, next to 106. Now, if we put this short cycle and this big cycle, what would we discover here? Let's have a look. What do we discover here, guys? So this is our action zone. Next one could be the monster 106, 107. Bottom line, I'll make it short for you. Bottom line, get ready for action in this pair. Gold and silver, well, I skipped it for now. I will update you, of course, on the daily forecast. Those of you who follow, of course, on daily basis with the membership, because currently I don't have a view, and there is a good chance we are going for one more low below the period 1000, and there is a great chance we are about to reverse from here and create a second push towards 1500. Same exactly with Mr. Silver. So I will have my opinion after the FOMC. Until then, I really don't. Two more to follow, of course. We are now on the S&P and the Dow Jones. They are on the monster levels. We are looking for actions. We did not get any sign yet, but we are looking for actions. And one of these signs could be the triple cycle down we've had. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and the second leg we can have up. 1, 2. Then we might be looking for sells with the break of the trend line. That's the only one I would follow. Besides that, I would be looking to do pretty nothing. Okay, stay safe before the FOMC. Don't try to be the hero. It's very, very, very common mistake to try and be the hero now. Do not do that unless you want to start leaking your own injury. We don't. It's really not recommended. And I always say that, I always talk to traders, and everyone, when there are no moves, everyone is trying and trying and trying and trying, and then at the end of the week, oh my God, what did I do? Don't bring yourself to that place. If there are no setups, if there is no reason to trade, simply avoid it. Do something else. Trading for living or living for trading. Remember that. Are you living for trading? You want to dedicate your whole life and your whole day for trading? Or you want to trade for your living and for your freedom? Think about it. It's not about trading more. It's about trading less and trading more efficiently. The better setups. Remember that. Thank you for your time watching this video. I'm glad to be back. And I'll see you on the with the daily forecast, of course, and daily updates. Until then, enjoy your weekend, happy trading, and thank you very much for your time watching this video. Leave your feedback below, and I'll see you soon. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov.